Hello and welcome, dear students. This is our learning target for the week beginning from the 29th of August, commencing through the week and ending on 2nd of September 2021. This lesson, the learning targets are for the subject English. The weekdays are from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. The week dates are 29th of August, 30th of August, 31st of August, 1st of September, and 2nd of September. The lesson that we have selected is from the literature textbook prescribed by the CBSE, that is the NCERT textbook, Footprints Without Feet, and the lesson is also Footprints Without Feet. This lesson will continue because it's quite a lengthy lesson and we need to delve deeper into our understanding. So it will take about 3 days and we'll compose answers by the end of the third day. Then we'll be writing a letter of complaint based on certain aspects that we have picked during our literature learning. So the topic will be selected for the letter of complaint by the students. So it is expected that the students take down certain pointers during the lesson, the literature lesson, so that you are able to come up with quite a number of situations for which you can write a letter of complaint. Then we have the workbook. We will continue from the point where we had left before the vacation. So most probably it was unit 4 that we had ended and we need to begin with unit 5. So again it is over to the students because it's an independent practice. Wherever the students have left, we will continue from there. So now let me take you through the lessons that we have to go vertically downward. For Sunday, footprints without feet, that is to identify the main idea and details. This is what is expected, that almost all the students, most of the students will be able to identify the main idea and details. The challenging task is to determine two or more main ideas of the text and explain how they are supported by the key details, and then summarize the text. This is quite a challenging task, and it's expected that when you get into peer discussions or the peer discussions, group discussions, you will be able to pick at least two or three main ideas as you progress with the story, and you'll be able to find key details supporting those main ideas, and then you'll be able to summarize. The summarizing in minimum words is quite a challenging task because it requires good command over language and good store of vocabulary as well. So this is the task that is expected. This is skill. This skill is a minor skill that is easier, and there is a challenging skill that is expected of, that you'll be able to hone this skill as you progress through the lesson. In between, most probably it is expected that main idea narration, I will be supporting you with the certain details and narratives and explanations. The lesson structure is expected that it begins either with your KWL, questioning, and then response to reading and questioning and response. That is when you are reading, you should be able to get into pair discussions, and peer discussions, ask a questions, probe, that is ask series of questions, why not, if, what if, etc. Then you should be able to self assess yourself, and then the task, that is writing task related to the text that we have read. This is actually a 6-stage lesson. Very first it is activation, which is your KWL. The action is your reading as you progress. The application is actually the writing and taking down of information. Analysis is when you probe and delve deeper into the discussion and take down information. Assessment is the self-assessment, when you use rubrics for assessing yourself for literature. An assignment is your writing task for which you will again use a rubric. It's a 6-stage lesson for which you should be well prepared. That's a point in that's a actual point in sharing the learning target well in advance. Then with the national agenda parameters or linking across the curriculum, etc., or the big question is that you should be able to connect with moral education, deduce the values from the lesson, what values are important in life, and then going back to the lesson on the progressing the lesson into Sunday, that is sorry, Monday. You will continue from the point where we stop on Sunday. Again, the objective remains the similar. Text definitely will progress. and it is expected that you take down notes as you're reading so that you can discuss, and at the same time you should be able to point out certain areas for which you should be able to write a letter of complaint on Wednesday. So while you're reading, you should be able to pick some certain areas which are where you find the main character has gone overboard and lacks value, and for which you would like to write a letter of complaint. So the main idea again, it continues the third day. The structure of the lesson for these 3 days are more or less similar. The structures are similar. The main question is that what determines the right from wrong. That means when you find this main idea, main character uh, maybe has the liberty, and the person is not able to decide what is right, what is wrong. So you need to take home a lesson. How do you deduce that? Coming to the fourth day, it is actually an outcome of values where you have spotted certain areas, what is right, what is wrong, and you want to create and compose a question first, and then expect writing a complaint. You will be composing a question. Those questions will be shared with the students, and students will have the liberty to select any one of the questions which you have composed, and again write a letter of complaint creating details on the necessary details. It's quite an interesting and yet challenging task. Now over here you need to write a linking ideas together across the categories of information using words, phrases and clauses that is in contrast spatially, and giving examples and writing a letter. The letter format is definitely applied. And then it is expected that quite a number of you, or rather most of you, will be able to excel in this as you have already learned how to write a letter. And what language to select for complaining. It is very important to relate it to what values are the most essential when you have the opportunity to do anything. When the person has done something wrong and for which you are complaining, you should be able to narrate it and relate it in your letter writing. On Thursday, it is a rather interesting task where you will be working independently using your workbook, that is words and expressions. The point where you have left from that day, you will from that point you will begin, and you will continue with your exercise. It is also expected that you'll be able to comprehend your reading comprehension in your incomplete sentences. Remember that though you'll be responding to one word answers, but it is expected that you should be able to compose your responses in complete sentences as a practice, so that you do not go out of practice when you're writing for term 2 board examinations. For term 1, you will definitely be responding to MCQs. And as far as applying the grammar rules are concerned, the videos are already uploaded on Coaching Mentor. You're expected to watch those videos, take down information, and keep adding it to your portfolio. Your portfolio task is will be expected. You will be expected to submit your portfolio as a part of your assessment for speaking and listening, and you will be appearing for a viva for the same. The remaining their details definitely will be responded as and when you have a query. Thank you very much for your kind attention. You're requested to like the video so that it gets added up to your liked videos, and you're able to refer this learning task as and when expected throughout the week. And you can also visit this when you're revising for your examinations. Thank you very much for your kind attention.